Okay, well, go on, my 1-0s and my 1-2s, because we started that recently. So there's a few things I kind of wanted to show you guys briefly. The first is this, the end of my high Capa 3.8. This thing has been a nightmare since I fucking bought it. And to be honest, I managed to actually get it well, I shouldn't even say half decent, fucking pretty good. If you have a look, recently I dropped some footage on the channel to do with this specific weapon, and I've still got the upper and everything, so I'm going to be running the upper as my CQB upper every so often. But yeah, unfortunately it's just not usable anymore. So essentially what had happened was, it looks like at some point the other day when we went Edenbridge, the body has cracked. Because if you look, it's a clean crack straight through the body. So I'm presuming this is because the body is made out of some lower quality polymer and just wear and tear use. Because if you notice, the other side's perfectly fine and it's quite a clean cut. So I'm thinking maybe impact into the wall, or I don't know, the hammer while impacting into the wall. So essentially I've just decided that I'm basically gonna strip everything from the pistol, use that as parts for my backup, well not my backup guns, but use it for parts for weapons like this bad boy, which is actually my gaming pistol. This is the thing that tends to come everywhere with me. This is my chosen pistol, but this is not what we're here to talk about. I know people are going to talk about these cuts out, don't worry, it's my custom work that I'm basically trying to make Vosk's product better than it is, and I'm having a good time of doing that because the gun's easy to kind of like aim, and if you've been out with me, you know this fucking thing is a problem. I'm not going to sit here spending time explaining it. So yeah, I literally just wanted to do a quick video to show this, like, don't buy a custom. Like, to be honest, I was saying this from the beginning of the day, and I'm gonna stick to it. Like, Vosk, you guys ain't sponsoring me, so I get and even if you did sponsor me, I'm here to tell the truth. Like, I've never seen this happen on any high Capa I've owned. And keep in mind, you go back through the channel, there's some guns like the SRC, what else did I have high Capa wise? The Titan 7s, I had multiple ones of those. The SSP2 from Norwich, Ravens version. I've had so many versions of the high Capas, yeah. I've never experienced this. So Vosk, you fucked up on this. And the thing I find interesting, and maybe this is something for my viewers as well as anyone else who's a Vosk owner, and maybe for Vosk themselves, because I know it's New Pro that's behind the whole Vosk thing, is why are you building a custom shop model that's worse than everything that came out before it? It makes no sense. Because if like all the 3.8s, the 3.8 high Capas I've come across, the stock ones, I think they're called high Capa Pro X or 3.8X, and then they do a few different models like the R model, and there's another model. I've never seen this happen to them. I ran a 5.1 Pro model from you guys, same thing. I ran that shit for like 2 years, no problems. I had my little minor things like the hammer and rare, but those are things anyone who plays, especially on HP, should know that needs to be changed and developed on. So I found that interesting because I feel like Vosk as a brand is going backwards. For over the last 3-4 years, I don't feel like they're improving. Like, it's the same thing with the VMP1 going into the VMP2. You guys took ages to give us the VMP2 and you didn't really do much to it. Everybody who I know who owns one of those guns is always complaining about it. Even Paul Petronel, who's part of our team, every time he takes that gun out, it gives him a problem, and it's so sad because its predecessor, which is this bad boy, because I still got my VMP1, I'm not a biased person, such a beautiful gun. That's why I've kept mine. I had to keep it and make it look pretty because I want to display. It still even functions and everything. My bolt still functions, my mag still functions. The only thing that's problematic with my one is it's stuck on full auto. It only runs full auto. So yeah, like I'm not sitting here being biased. I'm talking about products I've spent my good hard-earned money on and have gamed. Like, if you go on the channel, I gamed this thing for about 9 months off the season. It was actually my go-to gun in every situation at one point. I had to stop using it in CQB because people hate this gun in CQB though. But yeah, man, I just my question to Vosk, New Pro, whoever's in charge is, why are you making custom things that's worse than the original product? That doesn't make any sense. And I'll show you another thing. And I'll show you even why I'm saying it. Look what the product says, custom shop. It's me that made this better, bro. When I got this, the bucking was shit, the barrel was shit, everything in it was shit. The only things I've kept is the nozzle and the housing. Everything else has changed. The nozzle springs changed. The buffer tube is changed. I had to short stroke it because it gave problems originally. I had to change out the recoil spring. I had to change out the guide rod. This is a guide rod from a completely different high Capa 3.8, bro. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not on promo. The barrels changed. The buckings changed. The only thing I think, yeah, it's stock is literally the housing, the nozzle, and the hopper. Only things I kept stock. It's sad. It's appalling. And then you know why I say it as well is you guys could easily come to someone like me, pay a couple £100 and I'll build something TT for you, and then you just manufacture it and you just cut me in on a percentage of the sales or something. So come on, man, make it make sense, because I was really pissed off about this. You guys have seen the 3.8 has gone through so many transitions. How has it broken before my 4.3, which I just showed you a little while ago, which has been out here a year longer than it? That doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, so Vosk, you won't be anything that has custom shop on it. Don't try and sell it to me. This is just for the whole community at the moment. I don't want anything from Vosk or any brand, should I say, that's from a custom shop. Give me the stock product. Let me do my fucking work on it myself. I'm gonna end the video there because, to be honest, that's what today's. Do you know what? Let's make this a cool video for you guys. So I've got 2 weapons around me, and I want to show you. I want to chuck this. I kept it more to show you guys. Look at that though. And I know some people will be like, oh, but it's clean cut, it's a clean break. I don't give a fuck if it's unclean break. It broke. And look at that, that's appalling. Appalling. And if you watch the footage from the other day, you'll see I didn't do anything too crazy with it. So I'm very confused. And I had to take it out because every time I charged the top slide, what was happening is it was creating like this gap and a lean in the body. So rather than your pistol being straight, your pistol slide, I'll show you what I mean, like rather than your pistol slide sitting on top of the gun like so, your pistol slide would be sitting at an angle like that. It was bare weird, bro. So I had to kind of take the gun down, and like I said, I've got the lowering parts because I can use this for my 4.3. But it was such a shame because if you watch the footage from that game day, everybody was commenting on the gun. Such a great pistol, wow, can I use it? I gave it to one of Kieran's friends to use that evening, Dwayne, and he had a fucking baller for time. So it's such a shame. Like I was so close to going and buying a new grip and just putting the gun back together, but I've spent so much money trying to get this thing to be foolproof and bulletproof. And if you remember the last video that I done where I spoke on it, the whole point of taking it to that game was to bulletproof test it. So for it to do that on the day we bulletproof test it, I was just like, nah man, this thing has to fucking go. Yeah, so let's move on. Another quick Easter egg for you guys is I've currently got Kieran's new build and Liam's new build, and there's something that I was talking about last season that I want to show you guys. So last season I said, like a lot of people come to me or come to the channel about building custom guns, especially like AEGs, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Y'all give me a second. That's one of the biggest things that people come to me on the channel about, custom AEGs or custom GBBs, but today we're going to focus on AEGs. And what I have is something that I was talking about. So if you scroll back to the video, I'm doing this for specific viewers that have asked about this. Quickly, nice, quick and easy video for you guys. Just wanted to show you something that I feel like is relevant for us to talk more about as the community. So people are always looking at building stuff for themselves that works. So what we have is, I'm going to show you both of them first, and then I'll just take them down quickly. Real quick video, I don't want this to be a long one. We essentially have the same weapon in terms of body. So if you look at your front row, exactly the same. Upper, exactly the same. Lower, exactly the same. Even if you look, I don't know if you can see, it says SA underneath this spray paint. Same like here, it's the same exact body. Why I'm doing this video is to show you guys that essentially what you can do at points is get what you want. You just got to go through the fine-tuning process. So both people came to me, they wanted to have something reliable, AEG wise, that they could run no matter the season. And you'll see literally same exact body. You know what I'm saying? They've gone for different variances, and I'm gonna come there. So essentially what we had was 2 people around me that they basically wanted reliable AEGs that was better than a stock £100 gun, but they didn't want to spend an arm and a leg. So what I'd advise them was there is gun bodies I had, or guns that I'd come across over the last 2 or 3 seasons that I thought had a great body itself. One of those guns was the FO1 and the FO2 from Spectre Arms. So I advised them, go for a light ass body, which is the FO2. It's a light, it's so light, the body itself, and it's easy maneuverability. Whichever one of these weapons I'm using, it's easy, very easy maneuverability because of the way the weapon is. It's like strong polymer, but really light strong polymer. So that's why we went for the baseline on the body. Both users had different budgets, as well as different game style, like ways they played. So it's why, for example, they both have grips, but the grips are 2 different styles of grips. One's a vertical grip, one's a fold out style grip. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you notice, Kieran doesn't currently have his red dot on it, but Kieran runs like almost like a small circular red dot, whereas Liam runs like an interchangeable, more like oval shaped red dot, and it interchanges what reticle you can use. They've both got barrel flash hiders, but Kieran's got the more alien cool looking thing. Liam's got just like the standard stock thing. What else can I talk about? Things like stocks. Stocks have different benefits to the amount of battery space you have, to things like, should I say, from the amount of battery space to things like just the way it seats in your chest. You know, you see also why Kieran's gone for something like this. It's more, this is more what we'd call like a competition style buffer tube. And if I'm correct, or not buffer tube, stock, if I'm correct, I believe this might be the stock one from the FO3, if I remember correct, because there was a programmable gun that we bought. I think it's the FO3, the Flex 3, if I'm correct, the Flex 3 or the Flex 4. This is the actual original stock from that, because it's built to be lightweight and very maneuverable. I think that's why he went for that one. Another thing I just wanted to show you very, very briefly, I need to sort it out, you know, because it keeps on falling out. I'm gonna have to look for one a bit later. I need one of them bars that go through the front of the body. I found one earlier, but it just keeps on falling out. I think it's not the right size for this gun. But yeah, I essentially wanted to just show you quickly little things like, oh yeah, do you know what? Look, different grips as well. Similar style, because these grips are a bit more comfortable in terms of, this is the Double Eagles one, very comfortable. I think this is the one from the 556 model, the M4 556 model, and then this, if I'm correct, this is the one from a Honey Badger. I think I took this one off a Honey Badger. No, I tell a lie, it's not even from the Honey Badger. This is from a Lancer Tactical LT35. And you know the interesting thing? Lancer Tactical was ahead of the game, because this thing is nearly 4 or 5 years old. And if you notice, most of the 556s and all these new companies doing innovative things, they're only going to this style of grip. Like I'm saying on the Double Eagle, they're only going to it now, 3, 4, 5 years later. Lancer Tactical was doing this 3, 4 years ago. The gun wasn't that great. It was alright for CQB. It was really good for CQB, because I ran that gun for about 9 months myself. It was a really decent gun for CQB, but it just wasn't great overall in like far distances and stuff like that. You were basically just shooting trees at points. But yeah, so I wanted to show you that. Lastly, I just wanted to talk internally, quickly, briefly. Like I said, quick video. I don't want to make this thing longer than it needs to actually be. Let me just take this one down and show you. So if you have a look at this lower, I'll just move that up so y'all can focus on that. This is running, if I'm correct, a 17 or 18k motor in the lower, and it's running what I like to call the mid-range Cyma gearbox. It's really good. I could sit here and talk for days about what it has and what it doesn't have and what it does and what it doesn't do. If you want a video for that, you can like, share, subscribe, and you can make your requests, because I give people the ability to make requests on the channel. Or alternatively, you can buy one yourself and then I'll do all this explanation for you on WhatsApp for you. But he wanted, so this is Liam's gun, which is Dozzie, for those of you who know him by that. He wanted something that was really affordable, high performance, but most of the money was spent on the gearbox itself. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas there's other people who would drop the money on the gearbox and spend the money more on things like your motor and maybe the wiring and adding an aftermarket ETU in there and things like that. He wanted something simple, effective, got the job done and still performed well. So that's why I went for this. And to be fair, it's a really good system. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a really good system, especially around the price range that it is, because if you know gearboxes, you know that if you're actually tending to look for something really good or something that is in that bracket of really good, you tend to have to spend £300-400 just on the gearbox. Like, you know, the Dave Customs and Steve Builds and all them kind of people. You know what I'm trying to say. So let me show you the other lower quickly. And the thing I love with this is these two guys could interchange their uppers and lowers with each other. Say they wanted to lend their guns to each other for the day, they could. And then with Kieran's build, because again Kieran is operating on a minimal budget, this is no disrespect, I just like to be honest on this channel so we all know that you don't always have to spend £1,000 to get something great. Sometimes you can spend a decent amount and still get something really good. So Kieran wanted something that was really high performance, would keep him up to date with the current marketplace and the people he's going to potentially come up against, but something that was an all-rounder. Unlike Liam, he didn't want to spend all his money in the gearbox, he wanted the money focused around the gun. So he's running a 19k motor, I think it's from Tokyo Maria or something, that motor. He's running a flat trigger, unlike Liam, he's running a curved trigger. He's gone for stuff like the mid bar to be removed because it's really not needed. Once this one's insecure, once this one's secure, and once the mag release is secure, your body tends to sit in place, and especially once that buffer tube, long ass, what do you call it, long ass screw is in the back. Do you see the gearbox can be seated because it's seated by 4 screws in your grip. It's seated by that bolt there, seated by your mag release, and it's also seated by, like I'm saying, that long ass screw that goes straight into the back of the gearbox. So he was alright. He was going for speed and durability, well, speed and performance. So like I said, he's got the 19k motor, and it might even, yeah, let's say 19k just to be safe, because it's a high torque but you lose some of the speed in the torque. So in theory it's higher than 19k, but we'll say 19k because obviously, like I said, he loses a bit of that because of the torque. I think we did an aftermarket on his spring that goes in here, and then obviously you see little spray work that he wanted done, because obviously he like us, he likes to have the colourful, cool, exclusive Call of Duty style camos. This gearbox was built by me though, so unlike this one where we more just went to a company, we looked for a certain performance level and then installed, Kieran's gearbox was literally fine-tuned up through and through. So from the 3 gears that are in place, or the 4 gears plus the motor, or 3 gears plus the motor's gear, down to the nozzle I used, down to the cylinder, because I had to test a few different cylinders to make sure I was happy, down to the system, the air seal system that goes in there, down to even the spring. I had to change the spring multiple times because I just wasn't happy with the FPS kind of thing. And then obviously this originally had a curved trigger and was my gun at one point, so I ended up installing a flat trigger because this has a what do you call it, a micro switch, so them shots can follow up a bit faster. I also have idiot proof this gun just to make sure. It's kind of hard to break this. If you break this, then you just have either really bad luck or you're just not looking after your guns. It was kind of built to be idiot proof. Also, I've chucked the aftermarket ETU in this one, given the ability for the gun to be programmed in different states. I think currently set up to safe, and semi is semi, and then auto is set up to 2 or 3 round bursts if I'm correct. But he has the option, I think it goes up to 5 round bursts. So yeah, so do you see what I'm saying? And if you look, like I said, same gun but different gearbox shell, for example, different cylinder, different nozzle head on the inside, different springs. Also the fact that you can see your spring on this one. This is more vented system, whereas this is a more sealed off system where you can't see anything internally. So it just depends on what you're going for. His one's more colourful system, Kieran's one's a less colourful system, but it's again because he more wanted performance. He wanted, like I said, a programmable trigger, whereas Liam doesn't have this option. He has more mechanical system. Both guns lovely, both guns are really nice guns, but again, it just depends on where you want your money spent and what kind of end performance you want from the weapon, if you get what I mean, how you want it to perform at the end of it all, when it's all said and done. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was the uppers, just briefly. Don't want to spend too much time on this, but just the uppers briefly. If you notice, they both got charging handles. However, Kieran's one, well, they both have charging handles, but and chambers to kind of clear, to allow you to see. So chamber windows, if you want to call it that. They both have chamber windows. I'm gonna have to reset that so it's back in place properly. And then they've got different hop-up systems and different barrel lengths to that hop-up system. So you can see the different colors of the hop-up systems, different nozzle lengths, and all these things. So yeah, I know some people are gonna be like, why did he do so much and what's this random video about? But I kind of wanted to just do something because I get so much questions about this one specific topic, and it's so interesting how a lot of the people who ask me about it think it's such this complexly thing, and to some degree it is, because we have to basically fine-tune all these 101 parts to work in a weapon that the manufacturer necessarily didn't design them to work inside of, but it's because you want something custom built that works for you and looks like the gun that you want and kind of operates just the way you want it to. So almost like how would I explain it? Like, you just want something that, yeah, I think that's the way to explain it. You just want something that works for you. Yeah, you just want something that works for you, kind of thing. So yeah, man. Without further ado, I think I'm gonna close up the video here and just say thank you for sharing the time with me. It's always a blessing to have you guys on board. I did want to showcase this because, like I said, so many people ask me, and I'm like, nigga, just trust me. Like, do you not see my team be running these guns all the time? Yes, every so often you have a minor glitch with it that comes with any platform, even stuff that you run straight out the box. You know, you have your fine-tuning issues like batteries, BB weights, pop-up systems, buckins. You have all these things to think about. So it's no different getting a gun from somebody like me. You still have to go through all these things, but at least you're supported as you're going through that journey. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? That's one thing I always say to people. It's not even just about me selling a service or me trying to make money, because when it's all said and done, like, not to sound horrible, but your money only goes so far. Like, you know what I'm saying? My tech hours is more, if I'm to be honest, what's more important to me. Do you know what I'm saying? But I always want the people who come and use the service to get the best performing thing. So often I tend to cut down my tech hours just to make sure that you can get the money spent on the parts to get the best performing weapon you can. So yeah, man, until the next one, peeps. Like I said, I just wanted to hit you guys about the high Capa because people are always asking for updates on that bad boy. And then I also wanted to talk AEGs to show you that, like, trust me, like, we can build. There's smaller SMGs we've done this year. There's larger DMR stuff. I don't know if you guys saw the Speedsoft DMR had earlier on in the year from Lancer Tactical. That was a beautiful thing. One of the guns I regret selling, but we live and we learn. And there's also some other cool stuff that I'm working on right now at the moment for myself, like the Joker SSG1, which is basically a custom Speedsoft M4, which I'm trying to basically get to do 40 rounds a second. I don't think I need it to do that, but if I can get the gun to perform at that level consistently without breaking, I don't think I'd be looking for anything AEG wise. So yeah, man, so without further ado, I'm gonna say thank you for having me, peeps. Like, share, subscribe, tell a brother to tell a brother to tell another brother, and until we next meet, peeps, peace.
Cheer and all of that. We saying part 20, the finale. Imagine, you know, live sessions is done for me. It's crazy. I remember when we recorded part 1, 2 and 3. Remember when we shot the first couple of videos. It's crazy. God is great, eh? Here but I'm gone, guess we rarely speaking. Big Zubber and brown juice, the beat kicks in. Reminisce about old days, the barrel spin. Now I pour out my pain just to see win-win. Pray for them, the next gens, they sin. Go so hard in this thing and have no next of kin. It's so sad in this life, what we do to win. They just lined up a upper, ain't no shape up thing, survival of the fittest. No one showing pity, reporting from a first hand view. I love my city, 12 loco, be circulating. elevating. If you slip, then they're escalating. Watch your team close, yeah, they're penetrating. More time the ones that phony be hesitating. Forever shaking, you a foe if I ain't mistaken. Stayed so loyal to the cause when my back was breaking. Hand on heart, looked me in my eyes, but you was faking. Heart was breaking, I was trying to heal cause I was aching. I tell them chase your dreams, build this music, it's a faith thing. Battles with my anger, trying to